It's time to wake up. Kincaid and Sal Tunis is on the air. Broadcasting live on the Fanatic app and YouTube channel. Here are your hosts, John Kincaid and Andrew Salchunas. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
You know, I didn't want them to finish it in Pittsburgh anyway. I wanted them to do it in Philadelphia in front of the home crowd. Good morning, John Kincaid.
Are you a freaking liar?
Yes.
Good.
Flyers lose to the Penguins.
You admit it.
Flyers lose to Pittsburgh yesterday, 3-2.
I'm not happy.
And a Game 6 has been forced by Pittsburgh, and it will be tomorrow night.
Yep.
And it'll be at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, and you'll be able to listen live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic, just like you'll be able to listen to tonight's Sixers game here on 97.5 The Fanatic. But the Flyers lose yesterday, Johnny. I was listening to the broadcast on NBC Sports Philadelphia. I know Bush was saying it. I know you mentioned it in your email that you sent me with the notes that they came out the gate playing well in the first period, but the Penguins were the team that had the 1-0 lead through the first period. Flyers ended up losing 3-2. One of the things that caught my eye, John, and look, maybe I'm overthinking this.
What are you overthinking?
The first three games, it was either the Flyers were the bullies, or if the Penguins tried to bully, the Flyers punched right back, right? They were not afraid to stand up to the bully. So they were either the instigators or they were fighting right back. They weren't going to the bathroom stall and crying afterward, right? Game 4 and Game 5, it just feels like they didn't play the same way they played the first three games. Like, it just looks like that same energy wasn't necessarily there. It's almost like they were trying to be overly careful. Let's not get into the penalty box.
Are you feeling though that that's the way the series is being called?
What, by the officials?
Yeah.
Yesterday was weird.
I don't think the officials. I saw a lot of Flyer fans last night. You sound like Penguin fans.
Sure.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
But it was a weird day yesterday.
It was there were some things that absolutely could have been called that were not called.
Cheap shots that
there were
called.
But you're sounding like Penguins fans if you're whining about officials.
Yeah, I mean that's not what I'm doing.
No, you're not. No, you're not. But I'm saying is we can't cry about officials. It wasn't the officials yesterday. The Flyers were the better team for probably 30 minutes of that game, and the Penguins were the better team for about 30 minutes of that game. It's just that they didn't get it done. And again, the freaking weird goal that won that game to me was it's a backbreaker, because when you're in a game and it's that tight and then a weird bounce goal like that happens, the Flyers come back, they tie the game. Everything's looking like Flyers momentum.
Yeah.
The Flyers go down 2-0, Bump scores, which, by the way, Tocchet's getting killed for that yesterday. It ends up being a great move. Bump added much more to their lineup than Mishkov.
And that goal, he looked electric. Like
he did. Like, I mean, he comes right back after the goal that they give up, and he brings them the energy.
Yeah,
he brings them a little fire.
15 seconds later, not even.
It was fantastic. Yeah. And then it just seemed as if there was a womp factor to that the goal after they tie it, to have that weird bounce goal go like that. And the Flyers could not, again, they've had a problem with this, can't clear their zone. Cannot clear their own zone, and that has been a problem. The Penguins' relentless forecheck has caused problems for the Flyers getting out of their own zone. They handle it like a grenade. It wasn't a good night in that regard. And look, I'm not overly concerned, but tomorrow night, the pressure is clearly on the Flyers to win that game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
The pressure's on the Flyers.
You don't want a game.
Don't let anyone spin it to you that the pressure's still on the Penguins. Bull crap. The pressure is on the Flyers to win that game tomorrow night. You cannot go back to Pittsburgh for a game 7.
No, end it tomorrow on home ice and play your game. I mean, I don't know, Johnny. Like, did you get that sense? Like, it almost felt like they played into the Pittsburgh's hands the last two games.
I think at times you play a game, you monitor how the officials are doing things, and I think that it was clear that the officials were being, let's just say this. I don't think the officials were anti-Flyers, but the officials were certainly looking for stuff that the Flyers got away with a little bit.
First couple games.
Yeah. I think the Flyers got away with stuff on Saturday night in Game 4 after whistles and things like that at the game I was at. That there was a lot of extracurriculars after the whistles that I think the Flyers got away with that they didn't call. So we'll see what happens. I'm not overly concerned, but I was a little just disappointed with the way it went down last night, and I certainly am not blaming Dan Vladar or anything like that.
No, I mean that was, like you said, it was a wonky goal.
Some people that was crazy.
Bounces off the boards. He's looking around. He's no idea where the puck is. He's got his legs out from post to post.
And no one can help him. There's nobody can really help at that point to say, "Hey, Dan, it's behind you."
Yeah,
you can't see it. So just a really weird.
You had the line change that led to a wide open, shot for
just
early on in the
weird
game.
Turn of events.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic of how they've been playing for the last month and a half. Right. The Flyers getting to the playoffs alone basically had to do everything right, and things had to go their way as well. Teams had to lose in front of them, and all those things played out. And they carried that momentum into the playoffs. And that's why you saw the 2-0 start to the series, the 3-0 start to the series. And then there's just been a little bit of a shift. You can't count out this Penguins team. They're a good hockey team. There's a lot of veterans on there.
They're a good club.
They're a good club.
That's what Dave Dombrowski said watching the game last night. He said, good club.
They're a good club. They might be old, but they're a good club.
He said one bounce, though, the Flyers would have won that game last night. One thing goes their way. They were really just right there with the Penguins. Yeah, it's the way things go. I'm not overly concerned, but I will say this, is that there is one concern that I have. They fought so hard to make the playoffs. I'm wondering if the energy gas tank, everything might be running a little low.
Well, if there's any game to sort of refuel a little bit, it would be tomorrow night at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
And the fans got to bring it. And the fans brought it Saturday night. It was good. I'm going to say this. The fans brought it Saturday night. It was good. Wasn't great. It wasn't great.
My neighbor across the street was there.
I didn't think it was great.
He said the building felt like the series was over in a positive way, right? Like, all right, let's get the job done today.
Yeah, I don't think that the crowd was great Saturday night.
Okay.
I don't think it was overly loud. I don't think that it was on edge as far as creating that, wow, what an atmosphere. Nah, I didn't feel that. A lot of people were saying, what an amazing crowd. I didn't think that.
All right, we'll get that back tomorrow night. All right, tomorrow, get the Game 3 crowd back.
That'd be nice.
And really bring it, because you don't want this going back to Pittsburgh.
No.
If you have any reaction to yesterday's game, feel free to chime in on the Davis Honda text line. You can feel the Davis difference by checking them out in Burlington. The number to climb in, 610-632-0975. Voice memos as well. Tomorrow, we'll probably look for those lunatic voice memos again. But
we need a gas update tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Game 4 was through the motions game, and then yesterday was sleepwalking game. We need to get back going.
I think people are a little anxious right now.
Yeah,
and I think the Flyers were a little anxious last night. I didn't think they had 3-4 good scoring opportunities second half of that game. They're really the third period.
Zegers had one late in the second period, and just he missed. No, I'm not missed net.
He fanned. He totally
fanned. Right, exactly. It was just a bad shot, and that's a shame, because he's been one of your consistent goal scorers.
And he's great when he gets those one-on-one opportunities. You feel great with Zegers getting them.
Right.
Look, it was good. I'm not panicked, but I will say I just worry about they pushed so hard to get into the playoffs. You better close it out tomorrow night. You better close it out tomorrow night.
You also don't want to go 7 when the team you're about to face in the next round.
No.
1-4.
No.
So
and that team never loses to you. either.
Right. So let's get the job done tomorrow
night.
Hand.
Let's take care of business.
All right, Flyers, can you do that for us?
Please do a favor.
All right. I broke your promise yesterday.
What was that?
I promised you that the Phillies would make some sort of move yesterday. I promised.
Yeah, you thought that was going to happen. By the way, we all did.
No, I didn't go get one. No, Connor doesn't.
Not all.
No, Connor didn't. No, Connor was consistent, saying he didn't think there would be anything done.
But maybe today. Now, is Connor, were you just playing a card that we didn't know you had in your back pocket, that you were like, I didn't expect anything Monday, but I did Tuesday.
I can't be doing that. I got to be honest. My thought was no move overall.
I thought you were going to play some sort of card on us.
What are you thinking today, Connor? You think there could be something today?
Listen, I'm no Jim Salisbury.
Damn right. So the Phillies show It's the podcast that
Do a
has
really good job.
Todd Zalecki, Jim Salisbury, and Rube.
It's a good show.
It's a good show. Good club, good show. So, Jim Salisbury, this was yesterday. I don't know when they record. I don't know if they record Sundays. It drops on Mondays.
It changes depending on how they're traveling and everything like that.
So, I don't know if this dropped yesterday or if this was recorded yesterday. We were all thinking a move was going to happen yesterday, whether it was Kevin Long or Rob Thompson or a player of note gets demoted or something. We thought something would happen yesterday to freaking light a fire onto this baseball team that lost 11 of their last 12 games, has the worst record in baseball with a 9-19 record. Here was Jim Salisbury yesterday on the Phillies Show podcast.
Bad team, high expectations, big series in Atlanta, Monday off day. That Monday could shape up as a day of change, a watershed moment. Another bad showing in Atlanta. So, I'm sitting here early Monday morning. I'm expecting to hear something. I think there's going to be something, maybe not today, but maybe before Tuesday's game. I don't know how they're going to handle, the off day, but they have essentially a day and a half to, I see them probably doing something for shock value. It's going to feel like they're pointing the finger at somebody. And in some cases, it might be. But they need to do something to shock this team because what you're seeing is not good enough.
First and foremost, Jim Salisbury dropping a great Tuesday in that clip.
Tuesday.
That is a Delco Tuesday.
There's a lot of people in this city that do it on purpose because they think it's funny or cute. That was a legit mid-sentence Tuesday. I love you, Jim Salisbury. That's number one.
That was unique.
Number two, he mentions today, Tuesday, of the day because maybe shock value. If you're off and you're at your home and you get the text message, hey, so-and-so's out, you're at your house. If you walk into the clubhouse and it's, hey, boys, the reason why this guy got fired is because of your bad play, shock value, maybe that does something for them. During tonight's game, maybe they come out with their hair on fire a little bit. But an interesting note to mention, a lot of the reporters put it out there. There's they get the email, the PR email. Hey, Rob Thompson will be available to speak tomorrow before the game, which he does before every game. Rob Thompson speaks before every game, so this is not like something new. PR put that out there. So
that's exciting.
Expect Rob Thompson to speak to the media today, which means he ain't going anywhere. If there is a move, it would most likely be a Kevin Long.
And that's the one I thought was going to happen, especially after the manifesto the other day about how we got the best hitting coach in baseball. Really? That's a bad resume then. That's the best hitting coach in baseball. The results are terrible. But that's what we're told. I was expecting that to be the move yesterday. Maybe they do it today. Maybe that's the reason they waited to do it. I don't know. Theater,
yeah.
To try to wake these guys up. I don't think anything's waking these guys up. You have guys on making hundreds of millions of dollars on long-term contracts. You think they're worried about, honestly, do you think they're worried about Kevin Long? I'm just being honest,
I think they'd feel bad that they're the reason why he gets fired.
Yeah, you think they're worried about it?
Yeah, I do. I honestly do. He's been with this team for a while, and a couple of guys we talk about it are really tight with him. I don't think it's the performance thing as much as it is the relationship thing. If that guy's gone, that's as much of a wake-up as you can send without firing the manager.
Yeah, worried about it, though. You think it's going to change the course of the season?
Here, I'll say this. They stink right now.
It's lipstick on a pig. It's lipstick on a pig. It means nothing.
The players know they stink right now. I don't think the players, we always talk about effort and going through the motions, all that kind of stuff. I don't think they're doing that. I think they just stink. I think Aaron Nola sucks. I think Taijuan Walker sucked, and that's why he got released. I think Jesus Luzardo sucks right now because he can't spot his fastball anywhere. And because they're giving up runs early on, and the lineup sucks because Dave Dombrowski constructed a horrible one. Stop me if you heard me say that before.
You didn't know that.
This is why you're 9-19. So I think if Kevin Long gets fired today,
okay,
Alec Boehm doesn't all of a sudden hit for power. Aaron Nola doesn't all of a sudden throw 95 again and can spot his pitches and doesn't throw meatballs down the middle of the plate.
No, the meatballs are coming.
I don't think Kevin Long's firing. That's why I always say if he got signed to a 10-year contract or got fired today, I wouldn't really care either way.
That's what I'm saying is it's not changing.
I don't think it
Kevin Long doesn't change anything.
You hope it sparks something. That's all you hope.
You think it's going to spark anything with this crew, though? Do you think any of them are going, oh, my gosh, we may get Kevin Long fired? You know, guys, now's the time to wake up. We may get Kevin Long fired. Please.
Part of me feels like they probably already had that meeting. Like, hey, we got to get our act together or somebody's going to lose their job. At least I would like to believe that. Like, I don't think they think they're totally safe and totally fine. Like, they're 9-19 to start the year, for crying out loud.
Well, who would feel like they're in concern?
Everybody.
I would say everybody. If they're losing like this.
Yeah, but who? Like, I mean, they have so many guys that are long-term contracts. Who's worried?
Well, no, they're not worried about
a pride thing.
Yeah.
Like,
pride. They're like
they're talking about World Series. They're 10 games under 500 in April.
Dude, pride would have showed itself already. Pride would have showed itself, and you wouldn't be 10 games under 500 on April 28th.
Yeah, you would think.
Pride has not been a factor with this crew. I think pride is the least thing on their minds. Pride, for God's sakes.
I don't think this team's just laying down.
They've got like 6 hits in more than half their games. Yeah,
but that's not an indication of effort in baseball. That's an indication of ability right now.
Yeah, right now they all stink.
How about they're all under their career capabilities, except for Harper?
Yeah.
So that is underachieving, which would be, by definition, you're not putting out something you've always done.
I don't think Kyle Schwarber.
Not everybody sucks. Not everybody sucks at once.
Hard.
What do you mean? Not everybody's. Have you met the Philadelphia Phillies?
Well, they do suck.
In the playoffs, usually do that at the same time.
Yeah, they do suck.
So look, we'll see what ends up happening today. Now,
I mean, my gosh.
Now, look, I'll continue to say it, and you agree, even though you're a little bit harsher on Topper than I am, that. This is a Dave Dombrowski issue, and it has been for a couple of years. Even though he built a team that can win 90-plus games, he built a team that has consistent flaws that show itself every single postseason. And unfortunately, it's showing itself in April, and you've dug such a big hole. Mm-hmm. This was Scott Lauber yesterday. You asked him, like, hey, is there any chance that if they're firing Topper, like they fired Dombrowski along with him because he's the guy that built this roster? And this was Scott Lauber's response.
I think so, just because of what I know, how John Middleton feels about Dave Dombrowski. Still thinks very highly of him, trusts him, I think, implicitly with the baseball decisions, brought him here to win a World Series, and I think feels like he's the man to finish that job. So I would say so. I would think it would take a real change of mind and heart and everything else for John Middleton to say, you know what, I'm all of a sudden out of love with Dave Dombrowski. So I think it's probably not going to fall on him, even though as the person who built the roster, a lot of the responsibility has to lay with him.
Well, there goes your urgency. There it goes. There's your answer.
It's not going to fall on him, even though he built the roster.
They don't give a damn about your desire that there's urgency. They don't give a damn. That answer right there. And by the way, Bob Nightingale, he has been the Charlie McCarthy doll for Dave Dombrowski for a long time.
You want to hear Bob Nightingale? That was Scott Lauber.
No, I know that.
This was Bob Nightingale. So you heard
Wait till you hear it.
You heard Scott Lauber say, look, I think it's going to take a lot for John Middleton to fall out of love with them. He was answering your question about in season, not necessarily after the season ends, even though he made it seem like John Middleton might not even do anything after this season ends, depending on how it goes. This was Bob Nightingale going one step further.
No, I think Dave Dombrowski is just safer than anybody in the organization. I don't think he's going anywhere. John Middleton loves Dave Dombrowski. I know he's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. So no, I don't think Dave's job's in jeopardy. Not now, not to the end of the season. I think he can stay there as long as he wants to walk away on his own. So I don't think he's in any danger whatsoever.
Nobody knows Dave Dombrowski better than Bob Nightingale in the baseball press. So that is coming directly from personal knowledge.
Sounds like it.
They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about the people who have already bought tickets.
He can stay as long as he wants. That sounds like lifetime contract.
Well, they signed everybody else to a lifetime contract. Might as well. They signed every other person to a long-term contract that is absolutely stupid length.
That's disgusting.
Stupid dollar value.
Yeah, that can't be.
Like I just heard Bob Nightingale
Why'd you say that?
Basically say Dave Dombrowski is a lifetime contract. When I have seen this team take step back after step back after step back, and then in this offseason, where I thought it was pivotal. We all thought it was pivotal. I can't just say
Right.
me. We all thought it was
No,
pivotal.
we all thought pivotal.
That they had to make a couple of key adjustments.
Okay.
And they brought everybody back.
Look.
Everybody.
I just, for my own mental health, I can't with these people. I can't. I called it all winter. I knew exactly that this is the nonsense that they're doing. And I had no idea why. And right, all I can say right now is they do not care. They do not care.
It's early, John.
Because they actually believe that because a lot of the tickets are sold, a lot of the relationships are done. And more importantly, they wanted to be proven right. They wanted to be shown that they were right. No, we're right. Our long-term plan, we're right. We're going to be proven right with this. No, you're going to be proven wrong. And we're all going to pay the price for it during the rebuild. That's going to go on for a while.
They signed JT Realmuto to a 3-year contract.
Oh, my gosh. I look.
That might haunt them for a long, long time.
I tell you this, is that, and I won't do it, I could go back to my DMs and more importantly, my tweets that were public from that day. The people like, oh, my God, JT's back. Yeah. That's great.
Not great.
That's great.
3-year contract.
Back to the future.
Bohm's going to start hitting for power soon. Like, what are we doing? Adolis Garcia resurgence.
Well, we always have Auto Chem.
It's the same thing. Oh, yeah.
We always have Auto Chem.
He's hitting well in AAA, Johnny.
Well, he'll be back.
All right, coming up next.
Championship-type player.
You can text the Davis Honda text line. Your reaction if the Phillies don't do anything today. Let us know now, 610-632-0975. Also, we have another playoff game to watch tonight. Sixers are in Boston, looking to force a Game 6. Question, does anything other than a complete series comeback do anything for you at this point? We'll explain more coming up next. Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, Connor has let us know that we have a flurry of Phillies texts that have come in. Our question for you at 610-632-0975. If the Phillies don't do anything today before the game, Jim Salisbury yesterday on his podcast, The Phillies Show, talking about how he feels like something would happen today, not yesterday, today, leading up to the game, sort of a shock value move. But if nothing happens, and if it's just the hitting coach, right? Like, I know there's a lot of people that want the manager out. If it's just the hitting coach, your reaction to that, 610-632-0975. We'll get those texts coming up.
Are you okay? Are you okay if the manager stays?
I just think a move needs to happen.
But are you okay if the manager stays?
If it's Kevin Long, that's a start for me. But if this continues to go the way that it's going, then you're just going to end up doing the topper part, 2 weeks later?
Yeah, I think this is just you're bluffing yourself and saying we're going to do, we're going to change out an end table in a house, that, in a room that needs a makeover.
It feels that way. Like if they moved on from Kevin Long, it does feel that way.
It's the lackadaisical. Just listen to the man talk in the past week after their losses. No, we're still getting some good at bats, and it's like it's going to come around, and we're really. It's so uninspiring.
Yeah,
it's just uninspiring.
Look,
no energy. There's no, and you wonder why they play with no energy. And you wonder why they play with no.
It's great when they lose 3 in a row the last couple of years when they're winning 90+ games, right? Like that's fine because you don't ever want to overreact to a couple of losses.
That is correct.
But this year, it's the message has to change. Now, a couple of weeks ago, he did say we're not playing well. And then the next day, when they lost again, it was, well, we got a lot of talented guys. We got a good club. It's still going to get better. It's like, well, hold on a second. Did somebody zap you? Did Dombrowski call you into the office saying, hey, you're missing the script?
Hey, don't go off the script.
The script is good club.
Good club. We got a good club.
The script is early. The script, come on now.
This is terrible. They're the worst team in baseball.
They are.
And it's a disgrace. And it's a disgrace that they're the worst team in baseball.
You want to hear not awesome.
Oh, no.
Awful list, but it's kind of hilarious. Because I just don't want to cry.
All right, give it to me.
Phillies Tailgate, one of my favorite Twitter accounts out there. They have all kinds of stuff out there.
They do have some good stuff.
The 10 least valuable position players in Major League Baseball to start this season. They are using F-WAR, not WAR, F-WAR. Don't know what the difference is, but it's a statistic.
F-WAR.
The worst player, least valuable player, the LVP.
In all of baseball.
Rafael Devers, number 1. Marcelo Zuna, number 2.
Which is shocking.
Yeah, it is.
Those are some shocking names.
The funny thing about this list, it's all guys that used to be here or guys that are here. And then you wonder why they haven't won in recent years. Nick Castellanos is third. Harrison Bader is fourth.
Wow.
Cedric Mullins, who we've been talking about trading for the last decade, is fifth. Wenzel Perez. Then it's Alec Boehm, Otto Kemp. How about old buddy Carlos Santana is on this list? And then Jordan Beck. You have 2 current Phillies on this list, 2 former Phillies, and 1 guy that we've been trying to trade for years. Oh, sorry, 3 former Phillies.
Wow.
In the top 10. It's good.
I advocated for bringing Bader back, so I would have been wrong on that one.
I would have been okay with him still, even with those numbers, because I have my center fielder out there every day.
Exactly.
Justin Crawford's in left field every day until they say that they're not doing that every day because...
Well, the everyday doesn't mean anything to these people. They say every day, and then they don't mean it.
Yeah.
And then they can't justify why every day doesn't mean every day. Yeah, every day means something different to other organizations. Not to this one.
Yep.
They
lie to themselves. It's unbelievable.
It's unreal.
All right. Before we get to the Davis on a text line, Sixers tonight, Johnny. Sixers looking to force a game 6, game 5 at the Garden tonight. Question for you. Mm-hmm. Is there anything the Sixers can do from now until this series ends, hopefully in a win?
Yeah.
Is there anything that the Sixers can do that can change your feeling about what the Sixers should do moving forward?
No, not about going forward, but the series has a chance, as I told you beforehand. Series has a chance to go exactly as I thought it would if it goes the way I think it could go tonight. I thought there'd be a Sixers win. I thought there would be 2 Celtics lopsided, terrible blowout losses. And I thought there would be 2 games that tell us, wow, Maxey and Edgecombe and the young kids can give you reason for hope and get some experience. And that would make me proud. I honestly, if the Sixers play their butts off tonight and give it a real effort, and it's a 4-quarter game, and they walk off the court losers, I'm not going to say that was a loser series to me.
Oh, well,
maybe that's a loser. Maybe that's a loser attitude, but I'll take it.
I don't mean more so Maxey Edgecombe. I mean like Morey, Nurse.
No, but that's where it's not going to change. What you said is that nothing's going to change it with Embiid. The Embiid thing's done. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Like the last person out of the room, turn off the lights. It's over. It's been over. Turn off the lights.
It really feels that way.
You're not winning
from me.
It's been there. I'm glad. The party's been going on. People are late. The food's been out. The bar's been open. This story has been written that they weren't going to win a title with Joel Embiid here, but people didn't want to believe it, and now we're doing it. So now we're going to deal with it like a year or two too late. So they're going to get nothing for him. And they signed him to that huge extension and everything like that.
Well, maybe a team will say, well, the appendectomy, that was...
Oh, yeah. Well, I admire... No, I admire Joel Embiid for battling to get back to be with his teammates. And again, there's a lot of things I'll critique Embiid for, but one of them will not be his toughness. And I think the people who do sound like asses.
Yes.
I really do. I think they sound idiotic.
Oh, they were out there on social media.
And they sound like idiots because to come back from what he did it's incredible that he was back there on the court and doing the things he was doing. How Nick Nurse decided to feature him.
Yeah, that was
is also incredible and incredibly dumb.
And I'll be honest, to me, that's bordering fireable offense. I'm serious. I get it. Joel Embiid's the best player on the team.
So dumb.
Joel Embiid has not played basketball in 2 weeks because of a surgery. And your game plan was let's feed the ball to Embiid. To me, that's fireable. And I can't.
So dumb.
2 days in a row, I'm talking about firing coaches. Somebody with the Phillies and now somebody with the Sixers. But that's where we're at. I can't believe I thought so highly of Nick Nurse when he first came here.
We were so excited.
And I still give him benefit of the doubt at times. And I feel bad that he's not had his complement of guys. But he had his complement of players in Game 4. And his idea was let's feature the big man when he just came back from his surgery. And then you wonder why they came out the gate down 32-18 in the first quarter.
And more importantly, the whole thing is why Embiid, why you can't ask this fan base to buy into another year of Embiid being here. Maxey and Edgecombe play different when Embiid's here. when he's on the court, they literally sit back and everything's got to be about Embiid. This organization can't be about Joel Embiid anymore.
No.
He's not that player. He's not that capable of a player anymore.
Well, he's capable
he's not capable. He's not capable on both ends of the floor the way he was. He's not. His rebounding's not the same. His defense is
rim
good.
Protection is
his
still
defense
there.
is good, but not great. Sure. It's not the same as it was. He's not the same defensive player he was. I mean, he's a different defensive player than he was. And I think that just comes with whether it's with age or whatever. But he's not the same defensive force that he was. And look, it's done. They have to admit to themselves that it's done, or we're going to end up with multiple teams in this town that are going to be doing the same thing, saddled with old contracts in the midst of malaises that they can't get out of. And we don't want that. You don't want to be there. It's the place you don't want to be.
You know, Embiid was asked about his relationship with the front office the other day, and he didn't really answer the question. Do you have a feeling that if they lose tonight, that tonight could be the last game that Joel Embiid wears the Sixers?
Yes.
Because it really feels that way to me. And I don't know who's making that decision.
Is it going to make you? Well, first off, if in any way this is trying to be spun by people that Embiid's being done wrong by this organization, I'm going to laugh with the. No, I'm going to laugh with the. Insert the laugh track.
It's been a decade.
It's been him. A lot of the problems have been him. The organization has done a lot of things not well on his behalf either.
Yeah, I think they have failed. Numerous times,
but it has been a mutual failure on both of their parts.
Yeah, like you can complain about lack of consistency with a roster and roster construction.
Sure, you can.
And then Game 6 and 7 of that Boston Celtics series, like that had nothing to do with roster.
You're allowed to show up, Joel. Yeah. You were allowed to show up for Game 6 and 7 in Boston. You and James Harden, and you failed to.
It is a collective, as Andrew DeCecco would say a lot last year with the Eagles offense.
Yes.
Like that's what it is. It just feels like tonight might be it.
Well, it all hinges to me on Daryl Morey and his job security. Like Nick Nurse hinges on Daryl Morey, Joel Embiid hinges on Daryl Morey. Like what this team does this offseason is whether or not that guy keeps his job. Because if you're Daryl, you're not going to go into a rebuild. You don't have enough leash to try and move off Embiid and George because you got to win or you're going to be out next year. You have to imagine. And I don't think Nick Nurse has done enough to lose his job or keep it. I think he's very middle of the road. But if you make that move up top, that opens up the opportunity for just a full reset with everything. So I think
whoever
Connie,
takes
you make a great point.
Whoever takes over, Bob Myers.
Yeah,
it's his job to fix this.
It opens up the clean slate opportunity. But if Morey doesn't go, I think we see it again.
Oh, you can't do that.
You can't, honestly.
You can't. It's the Sixers. It's the Phillies all over again.
I love you, Sixers. You can't do it again.
You cannot bluff this fan base into saying we're going to do this again. Come on.
And I'm sorry to have this attitude on game day. Like, let's go Sixers.
Woo, fired up.
Let's continue this series. Let's force a game 6. That means you'd play 2 more games than I thought you would in this series.
Right.
So you could prove me wrong, and it would be great to close my eyes and relive some of the glory days.
I would love to see that.
But if it doesn't go well tonight, it kind of feels like this is it. And I'm sure a lot of people will welcome that. All right, coming up next, Davis on a text line. We'll check it because a lot of Phillies fans have chimed in this morning.
I'm anxious to see where the Phillies fans sit because I think there's going to be some people who feel like
they're still going to say it's early.
Yeah, I think we're going to hit some of that. I really do.
Did we get any of those?
Not yet. We haven't.
Wow.
All right, good. I think people are upset. We'll check the text line next, 610-632-0975. But also, we have fifth-year options to react to. It is Kincaid and Salchunas here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Salchunas, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Before we talk about fifth-year options, yes. What do we got on the Davis Honda text line, Connor? You can feel the Davis difference by checking them out in Burlington. Started the show, obviously, reacting to the Flyers game. If you have any reactions, feel free to chime in. Disappointing effort last night by the Flyers, even though it looked like they fought back. I can't say disappointing effort.
I didn't have a disappointing
They fought back, and then it's that weak goal that Pittsburgh scores to go up 3-2. And then it was
crazy goal.
And that was it. And then you just watched a slow bleed out death in Game 5. You hope that tomorrow night's a little bit different. So reaction to the Flyers game last night, our Sixers question for you. Is there anything the rest of this series that can change the way you feel about the Sixers moving forward in terms of guys keeping their jobs, guys staying on the roster, you name it? But the Phillies will be the big one today. Because we thought there would be a move yesterday. There wasn't. Jim Salisbury, we'll play the clip for you again to start the 7 o'clock hour. He says, hey, maybe not Monday, maybe Tuesday, so that when guys are walking into the clubhouse, there's a little bit more of a shock value. But if nothing happens, then what? So what do we got on the text line?
Mike from Levittown leads us off. It says, is this really a Dombrowski thing? He built a roster that consistently wins 90 games, and then we see the manager get outwitted in every big playoff season. Team runs on Topper energy. Most of his pitching decisions backfire, and he hits guys that have been here a week in the 4 spot. They may both need to go, but Topper should be gone first.
Dave, thanks for the text. Appreciate you chiming in. That's the first person I've heard defend Dave Dombrowski in like a year. Yeah, you can say that he's built a 90-win team. John Middleton's wallet
built a
90-win team. Dave Dombrowski didn't find Bryce Harper or find Kyle Schwarber or find Trey Turner. All right, the $300 million. I didn't even find those. It brought them here, all right? It's everybody else. It's those next pieces that you're supposed to find to add to the big talent that you have. And a lot of those guys were already here.
It's
Stott, Bohm, Marsh was a guy that he traded for, and he traded one of his top prospects. And Brandon Marsh is finally playing pretty consistent baseball, but it took a while.
It's what I've said to you before, is that the people who try to spin to me the 90-win crap, 93 wins is the average number of wins that John Middleton's payroll should return him. So don't credit that Rob Thompson, who has an average 93 wins, by the way, in his tenure, don't credit him as doing anything that he shouldn't be doing.
But also don't credit Dave Dombrowski.
Right, don't credit Dave Dombrowski.
Credit John Middleton.
Right, I mean, seriously.
Who up until last month, when he had the ridiculous comments about Harry and he's sloshing the wine all over the place.
That guy, it was just an awkward.
Up until that day, John Middleton has had nobody has said boo about him.
No, that was an awkward.
Deservedly so, because he's been paying.
It was awkward.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that was a really awkward exchange.
All right, what else you got on the text line?
Joe the Cynic checks in, says the organization took 3 years to dump Taijuan Walker. What do you believe the rush is on coaching changes?
Not a bad point.
No, look, they gave him an extra year. I know. Oh well, you never want to have a lame duck. Rob Thompson's not 30.
No, you don't want to have a lame duck manager.
Yeah, no, that's
in baseball. That is a terrible.
That's just what you do.
All right, so they gave him an extra year. How's it going?
It's going terribly.
It has nothing to do with that, though. That was something they were going to do either way.
Because the man has no energy. The man has no energy. And the guys, more importantly, they're comfortable because everybody's comfortable with the substitute teacher. When the substitute teacher was there, what did you do? You walked into the classroom and went, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to watch a movie today. We're going to do something. When the guy's there that's not holding you responsible, that's never going to go to a press conference and go, you know what? These guys played like crap today. That's never going to do a Charlie Manuel press conference. I don't know what that crap was. I don't know what Jimmy Rollins is thinking there. He can't. That's unacceptable. We're not going to accept that here. When you know that that's never going to happen, you play with complacency. And complacency set in long ago under this manager. They just know. They know the inmates are running the asylum. They have no accountability. There's nobody holding them accountable. Nobody can. Your boss has to be able to check you. This boss doesn't check them. They know it.
I have a quick substitute teacher story I'll tell you in like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
What do we have on the poll? Dr. Abidan Appel, Iron Mountain Men's Health. Poll today, it's strong every single morning thanks to him. I mean,
that's good.
Like there's literally no excuses. Dr. Abidan Appel, he's that great. What do we got?
This is an interesting one today. So how concerned are you with the Flyers series after the Game 5 loss? 3 options. Not worried at all, a little nervous, and they're in trouble. Only 14% of responders are saying they're not worried at all. Now,
I think that's fair, right?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
The big answer is 65% are saying a little nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But 21% are saying they're in trouble.
I think that poll is exactly what it should be.
More in trouble than not worried at all?
Yeah, I don't think not worried. I think if somebody's not worried at all, they're naive.
I voted a little nervous. Okay.
A little nervous would be my vote also.
I was talking about my neighbor. My neighbor was also at Game 4, said the very same thing that you did, that the building, it was there, but it wasn't.
The building wasn't great Saturday night.
It wasn't fantastic. So,
no.
Today's trash morning. So last night you put the cans out, and we just so happened to be out there
trash
at the same
for us
time.
too today.
And I go, dude, they better win tonight. I really don't want to do this. I don't want to see it again. And then, because look, it's the Penguins. It's not like you're playing another upstart team. You're playing a team that has a lot.
You're playing veterans.
Playing Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? Like, let's not mess around here. And them winning last night, now it's a 3-2 series.
Now it makes it anxious. Let's put it that way. There's a little bit of anxious. But I think if somebody says to you today, I'm not worried at all, that is completely naive, and I would tell you that you haven't watched the series.
Yeah, I'm just surprised there's more they're in trouble people. I think everybody should really be in the little nervous category.
Right.
I think that's a safe place to be. But I also feel like with the 3-0 series lead they built and how good they looked in those first 3 games, and having a home Game 6, I feel like there should be more folks who are on that, not concerned.
We're pessimistic by nature.
I got to tell you, though, Connor, I actually like the and I really do, and I said it last night to my wife as we're watching. I like the Flyers better on the road.
Yeah, why though? What is it with them?
I think they play tight at home. I just think they're a tight team at home. They don't play with the same
jam.
They don't play with the same energy at home.
Got to rip your hearts out of your chest.
5-2 in Game 3, though.
I think part of it is nerves. But even in that game, it was 1-0 Penguins, and they were, until the Penguins started the rough stuff, they were losing that game, and they were sleepwalking in that one. I just think there's something about they're a nervous bunch at home.
We need 5 guys in the box again.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah, I think if you start putting Pittsburgh on the power play, you're going to run into even more trouble.
No, 5 for them, too. An even 5.
That'd be fun. Okay.
That'd be great.
I'm fine with that. I like how you're
Wide
thinking,
brawl.
Connor.
Let's get it going.
All right, real quick. I had a substitute teacher once.
Uh-huh.
You can keep the music going.
There you go. Go on.
We, as a class, did not like the actual teacher.
Okay.
We talked a lot of smack about the actual teacher.
Right.
Said actual teacher comes in the next day and says, "You guys didn't know that was my boyfriend, did you?"
Oh, bad move.
What?
The boyfriend of the teacher was a substitute teacher, so he told her everything that we all said.
Oh, my gosh.
Rough moment.
Oh, boy. You're dead.
Yeah.
You were dead.
Rough moment.
Overplayed.
All right, coming up next.
Overplayed.
Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, they both get their 5th-year option. We'll react to both coming up next. You'll hear from Jim Salisbury about maybe today being some noise for the Phillies. And I have a question about the Phillies and how they respond. Because let's not act like pressure has been really great for them. It's Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5, The Fanatic.